You know, I'm not a fan of Shiren 3 for the Wii, but the official art is very pretty, I have to admit. Hi, welcome to episode 46 of the Doofy Doo Talk 3 of Shiren the Wanderer. I'm just about to loot this monster house after I ID all these traps. This episode, I've been thinking a lot about how to fix this bonus dungeon. Scroll Cave is broken, as I showed several episodes ago. And I appreciate the effort they went to try to make it more interesting, because it was really easy in the first game too. But I think the added complexity just isn't worth the results that they got. I don't think you need the multipliers, I don't think you need the new scrolls, the super trap scroll. The trap scroll is fine, because adds some danger to IDing scrolls. But the super trap scroll, the scroll of chains, you don't really need those scrolls. I think simple is better. So I have been thinking about how to change the rules in order to make it a more interesting bonus dungeon. And I realized in order to do it, I'm going to have to change the whole curse system. It's going to make things a little bit more complicated, or a lot more complicated. But right now, one of the weaknesses of this remake, one of the few things that's actually worse, is that now, when you have a cursed item, it eliminates all the special abilities on the item. So for swords and shields, that's a good thing. That actually returns the danger to the cursed status. Before, if you had a cursed, a cursed katana that used to do double damage to dragons, it would still do double damage to dragons, even though it was cursed. The only thing cursing did was make it impossible to remove. But in this game, you lose all those special perks on your weapons, all the melded special abilities. Better get out of here. And I like that. The one thing I don't like, though, is that it carries over to armbands, so he's still waiting there. I think armband should be a special case. I think a cursed armband should still have the original ability. Why do I think that? Because I think the fact that a cursed armband has no ability, it doesn't do anything, makes the act of equipping an un-ID'd armband a much safer... running into popster tanks. I'm gonna have to be careful. I don't want to let a tank level up a couple times. Now that I'm almost done with this dungeon. You know, the 3 times that you make a mistake the most often are... First of all, obviously when things are really difficult and beyond your abilities, then you make mistakes. Secondly, you make mistakes when you've just completed something really difficult. So, you know, maybe I go through a monster house, it was really difficult, but I just barely made it out, I'm feeling really good about myself. That's when you get careless, right after you do something really awesome. You're like, yeah, I'm the best, and then you stumble over your own feet and fall to your doom. And then the third time is when you are overconfident and you think things are really easy. That's what happened to me last time in Boopa's Cave. So I am pretty confident now, so I need to be extra vigilant, because this is when I could make a mistake, when I think I have this bonus dungeon in the bag. Tank leveling up 2 or 3 times, definitely. Oh, or a death metal knocking away some of my equipment into oblivion, as we learned in my Table Mountain run. Can really throw a wrench into things. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, why I think that cursed armband should retain their abilities. It eliminates the difficulty of the choice of equipping an un-ID'd armband. One of the central themes or tenets of Shiren the Wanderer is choice, making meaningful choices. And when you find an armband that's not ID'd, you almost always equip it in this remake, because the danger of it being cursed and doing something horrible to you is, it's so what? So it's a cursed armband, you'll find a way to take it off later on. But that eliminates the danger in something like the incontinence armband. What's it called? The armband of a loss in this game. The armband of loss, if it's uncursed, makes you drop items every few steps. It's super annoying, but it's not nearly as annoying in this game because if you see that you're dropping things, you realize, oh, that's what I have on. You just take it off and you get rid of it. In the old game, because the armbands retain their abilities, if you equipped an un-ID'd armband and it happened to be a cursed armband of incontinence, that was the most annoying thing ever because you couldn't take it off and you were dropping things. And I don't think you should drop things as often as you do now because that would be incredibly, incredibly annoying. But maybe, every 20 steps or so, you could drop an item. That would return a little bit of danger to, IDing un-ID'd armbands or just deciding to equip something without really knowing what it was. So, what does that have to do with fixing Scroll Cave? Well, because I'm going to get rid of the multipliers and special scrolls, I need to find a way to give you a trap armband that you can't take off, and I don't like making weird special case rules. So at the beginning of the new redesigned Scroll Cave, you're going to be equipped with a cursed trap armband that you can't remove. Now, I'm going to change some of the abilities of some of the other armbands to make them a little bit more dangerous. The identity ring, way, way, way overpowered. When you have an identity ring, the rest of Fate's Final Puzzle is a piece of cake. I'm going to have that lower your hunger 10 by every step, or every turn, basically. So you can't just leave it on. It's costing you 10 hunger. Actually, it's costing you 20 hunger, because you got to equip the identity ring and then pick up whatever you want to identify. So that's a big cost. You have to actually think about something. The recovery armband also, I'm going to have it decrease your hunger by 10 with every step. The armband of sight, I'm going to have it lower your hunger at double speed, almost like wearing a armor ward, because again, that armband is really powerful. And I'm going to reintroduce the curseless armband, which right now is just a reward for rescuing people, but it's going to lower your hunger at double speed, so you can't really leave it on. That's really a situational armband anyway. You would only put it on if you were faced with a curse girl. I don't know, lowering hunger double, that's probably not enough then. So I'd probably make that lower your hunger by 10 every turn also, just to make you think about, do I really need to put this armband on? And again, because the armbands retain their abilities when they're cursed, you don't want to just equip an un-ID'd armband, because if it happens to be one of these that lowers your, hey, that's some money, that lowers your hunger 10 every step, that's like a death sentence. Oh, lost all the money, got postponed. Oh well, easy come, easy go, as usual. But yeah, cursed armband is potentially dangerous. In fact, it's almost too much of a handicap. So, if Lilac or somebody makes you equip an armband that makes you lose 10 hunger with every step, that's like a death sentence, and that's not really fair either. So in order to fix that, I'm gonna make cursing be graduated. There's going to be a permanent curse state and then a regular curse state. Regular curse is only going to last a certain number of floors, let's say 3 floors. I don't know exactly how many floors. So after 3 floors, the curse is going to wear off. So you can get cursed one time, it's just going to be this sort of temporary 3-floor curse. And that'll help out because most items you pick up will just have the temporary curse. But if that item gets cursed again, it's going to have a permanent curse, and that's much more deadly. And it's going to go the other way too for blessing. So blessing an item is going to increase its ability slightly. I'm not going to go through every single item, but you can imagine whatever special ability it has is going to be a little bit better. And that's only going to last for 3 floors normally. But if you sort of get a double blessing, you bless an item that's already blessed, you'll get a permanent increase to the ability. So that'll be a permanent bless. And that restores some of the power of the Scroll of Blessing. Because right now an Air Bless scroll also acts as a Scroll of Blessing, and in my redesign, the Air Bless scroll and Earth Bless scroll are only going to be able to remove the temporary curse. They're not going to remove the permanent curse. You need a Scroll of Blessing for that. Obviously, changing the cursing and blessing system like this is a huge, huge undertaking. I am not going to try to do this on my own when I do my tweaks. I'm just going to change things that are easy to change. But in my imagination, in my perfect Shiren redesign, I think that's what I would do. It's pretty dangerous to add complexity like this to the game. In most cases, I want to be as efficient and elegant as possible. And, you know, is it worth making all these changes just to make a scroll cave that is more interesting and doesn't have really specialized rules? I think so, because the benefits carry over. It allows you to make some more interesting items and add some interesting choices, so I think the added complexity would be worth the sacrifice. Alright, I've already been slimed once. This is a perfect chance to get naked. Punch my way through a slime. Wow, he didn't even split either. That was easy. This is a good time to end the episode. Next episode, I will go into detail about the changes I'm going to make to the new redesigned Scroll Cave. I will see you all next time, and hopefully we'll finish Scroll Cave next episode. I'm getting pretty close to the end. So I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Oh, why can't I take this off? I keep on dropping my items on the ground. I need some kind of crazy scroll to bless it so I can toss it into oblivion.
This is the perfect chance to get naked.
Yeah, I'm the best.